Welcome, associates, gather on the stand. The trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK and a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. Trick opponent, man, yeah, everybody knows. Fat, we're fat, well, nobody knows. What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK and a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
Welcome. Wow.
You just saw Caleb's face when I was singing.
Well, I can't because you won't turn your camera on.
I was like, vehicle. He's like, oh, what?
What? Who does that like that? Those Midwesterners, weirdos. Right.
Oh my God.
We leave in our vehicles. Carmen,
Vehicle.
where are you?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
She's like, I've never heard that before.
I know.
What's
Although
up, everyone?
She called me yesterday. She's like, Gabby Cinderella.
You're like, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
What's up, Sharon? Hey, Gabby, AJ, Carmen, and everyone else. Bad Dowser, what's up? I don't know where
I wish I
Carmen
could
is.
like zoom in on what his shirt says.
I know, I've tried. Yes, you get
Have you?
points. Here on time and caught up. That's right. High five, Sharon.
Sharon, high five. You did it.
What's up, Christine?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love Sharon. She's also her and I are fellow Crohn sufferers, so Crohn sufferers unite.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Although she's I think she's dealing with it worse than I am, so. Did they plant Mama in the rock garden like a scarecrow? Well, they might have. At first, I thought that's what his shirt said, but then I was like, that'd be really weird.
That would be really weird.
That would be really, what a coincidence.
But now every time I hear the word scarecrow or even see a scarecrow, all I think about is The Last Judge.
Oh, yes.
Well, howdy, ma'am.
Uh-huh. I see
Caleb,
how it is.
Look at Carmen.
We got ourselves a
with her
Texas
cowboy hat.
Ranger.
Boss.
It is boss. That's right.
AJ said it is boss. She looks like a
Texas
Ranger.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
You got some spurs on them boots?
No.
That was so funny.
She's also like, I can't get my foot that high.
My phone was in my pocket, and I couldn't do it. I stabbed myself with my knife.
That took you so much effort to do that.
Like,
I
owie.
stabbed myself with my knife. I can do it now. I got everything out. No. I got my other piece on.
That was great.
Did you see Bad Dazzler's comment? I thought Gabby said, I wish I could see what his shirt said. And then he said, did they plant Mama in the rock garden like a scarecrow? First, I thought that's what his shirt said. And then I'm like, nope, that'd be too much of a coincidence. But it's hilarious. And yes. Or
That's like the
mummy.
scarecrow that I see.
Hey. Hey, wait. I think your camera's on the wrong thingy.
The mic.
Yeah, the mic.
Yeah, your mic is on your computer mic.
Yeah, it is.
You know. I didn't want Baker to come in and yell at her.
Yeah, he would have too. No, actually, he would have came in and yelled at me. Somehow it would have been my fault that Carmen's mic all the way in Texas didn't work.
Yes. Wait, Gabby, did you not set Carmen's stuff up right?
Yeah,
No,
right.
I didn't.
It's like, I'm sorry, what is this, LA? You can just like ship people here and there to like fix things.
Oh, way better.
Way better, yeah.
I had turned you down because you were blasting me.
Sorry.
Turn you back up
Muffler.
a little bit. Mumbler.
Mumbler. All right. Well, here it is to another Tuesday.
Oh, buddy.
Well, I had 2 at dinner, so I'm not having any more.
You had 2 at dinner?
Had 2
Hey,
blue
Snipe
moons.
Boner.
I'm so proud of you.
Blue
So,
moon power to the people.
you want to hear something really stupid that I did?
I did that too, but you can't see me.
That's true. What's up, Snipe?
You want to hear something really stupid that I did? What's up, Snipe?
What's up,
So,
whoever?
I had my vest on that I was trying out,
mhm.
and so I reached behind and like punched myself in the back, and I broke my index knuckle.
Oh, that's smart.
100% broke. I've broken it before. Know exactly what it feels like, and it was like,
Hey,
Carmen, you know what? You should just not touch anything. Just don't look at anything. Don't touch anything.
I've broken this knuckle so many freaking times.
Debbie, you were so much nicer than me because I was going to say, remember that blonde hair you had before you moved to Texas and it turned brown?
That one?
Yeah, that. I don't know where she got it. She
So
used
do
to
you
have
dye it?
blonde hair.
No.
Like, no, she moved to Texas
mean,
and it turned
I-
brown.
I've seen pictures of her blonde hair.
It's
like her
gorgeous.
long
It was
blonde hair.
gorgeous.
Yes, it was very nice.
And
Oh,
then
no.
she-
No, you guys don't have to say ouch. That was my own stupidity.
No,
fine.
she'll just duct tape it. She'll be fine.
I will too.
little super
She
glue or
and me-
something.
I would do the same thing.
Careful, Carmen. You might hurt something. Sharon, you're on it tonight. I love it.
I love yes, Sharon. Sharon is pretty, she's up on it.
Well, you aren't entitled to know everything that occurs in the bedroom, AJ. I don't want to. I know way too much already. Trust me, there's
Same.
not a lot of secrets between.
Oh no!
Hey,
When
Gabby,
I told
you don't talk to Brandon, so you're not getting the double whammy.
Cheyenne's very first thing today was so was that your right hand or your left hand? I was,
Oh, Lord. Also, I have a Brie who tells me a lot.
well, I told her that don't worry, my middle finger is the one that's powerful. She goes, "Is that why it's called the FU finger?" And I was like, "Exactly."
See, let's go. See what you did.
Note to self: never talk to Brandon. Your son, Brandon. I already know too much.
I'm telling you.
But I don't need to know the extra.
Bree,
No, you
Bree
do.
is the dangerous one. Bree will tell you a lot
These
because she wants to see you get embarrassed by it, and then you're like, "Dear Lord, please stop talking."
but the problem is my brother does not get embarrassed. Like it is next to impossible.
Oh, I've seen her embarrass him.
But it's very rare.
What's up, Ash?
And what's up?
Hey, Ash.
But then you put all of us together who don't get embarrassed very easily.
And then there's
And
me.
then there's my mom. It's the best.
Who's like, I never had these conversations with my parents. I didn't want to. I wouldn't have. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's
But I'm
just-
like, your dad and his cousins told their grandma a word I can't even say on here what it meant. And I'm like, you
What does it
told
start
your
with?
a T?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it was teabagging because
No, it wasn't bagging. Wasn't bagging. Effing.
oh yeah, no, okay. But yeah,
And it
that
wasn't
was the
T.
conversation.
It wasn't. It started with the letter T. Boobies. Boobs.
Oh,
That.
titty effing.
Yeah. They told
Oh.
her what that meant while they were playing cards. I'm like, I would have been knocked into the future. I would have met you when I
Oh,
was like
absolutely.
5 and then
Yeah,
got yanked
seriously.
back to the past
Yep.
Could you imagine
by
if
my
I had that
grandparents.
conversation
Same.
with your mom?
No. You would have had the same experience.
She would have been like, "Excuse me."
No, wooden spoon would have been out.
Yeah,
I think
There was just some things
Yeah.
you didn't say in front of,
no.
in
she
front of
was
them, you know?
not that she never did it, but it wasn't my mom that I learned what a switch was. It was my grandma.
I
She
would've
never
switch.
used it. Never ever used it. But it was when you guys were in Haiti and I kept freaking sliding down the stairs and sliding down the hallway.
Did she tell you to
And
quit?
She did like 50
And-
times.
Did you?
And I didn't know. And she told me to go outside and pick a switch. And I was like, a what? And she was like,
It's because my
I'm
mom's
sorry.
from
I'm sorry, but you think that is, but it's really not from where I'm from. It's not
No.
that at all.
I never had the wooden spoon.
but no,
in
grandma,
any way, shape, or form.
no, grandma, she educated me on what a freaking switch was. And I was like, no, thank you. And she was like, let's stop sliding down my freaking stairs.
She didn't say
was like-
freaking, but my mom was from Oklahoma, so she knew what a switch was. My
The
virgin
wooden
ears.
spork. Sharon.
Only now. That's what Carmen gets now.
The wooden spork.
I need to add. I wish spork magic 8 Ball.
You have to add a spork in there somewhere. There has to be like another intro that has to do with a spork.
Spork.
Hold on.
Just a whole intro about spork.
I gotta go ask. Hold on. I gotta ask Cheyenne this because there was somebody that said something about kinky. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That was Bad Dazzer.
Yeah. Oh, wooden spoon. Kinky.
Perfect vacuum lines are not a thing. So, especially if you have kids, like you just got to give it up. It's a line, thin line between pleasure and pain. Also, there's that safe word. Just saying.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Me either.
Ouch! Stop it.
Get bent. I don't know. Stop. Mofo. You pizza ship. I don't know.
I don't know. I have a feeling yours would be something with the word F in it. Like,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
there would be that.
If I had one.
Yes. But you don't.
No.
But it might be get bent if you did.
It probably would. It'd probably be like F get bent.
Ouch. That hurt. Get bent.
I don't know what. Mom, do you want a Great Dane? The one outside.
No.
I'm gonna go,
Huh?
I'm gonna go
What?
catch it.
Like a Pokemon?
Can I
Gotta
say my
catch
joke?
'em all.
That's what you should name it.
Pokemon.
Oh, it's one of
Pokemon?
those. It's gray and
Nope.
gray and black with the dots.
See, that would make me say yes, but it'd make your dad say no. But
It's
also,
literally right outside the door,
also,
and it's really skinny. It needs fed.
your dad and I have said no more until these 3 are gone, which is going to be a little while.
Yeah, especially with my dog. I think it's
I know,
gonna take
she's
forever
just going to
to
hang
die.
on and hang on. She comes up to the room every night. She's like, "What's up? I'm never dying, foos."
Yeah. She's like, I'm never done. But I do
It's
have to ask.
literally no. It's literally Carmen as a dog.
It
It
is.
is. You have
Yes,
no
it really
idea.
is.
No idea. Every night she goes over to my husband's side of the bed and she just stares at him. And he pets her.
And that would be
Totally
me. I'd be
you.
like, "You're
And
the
he's
best
like,
papa ever," and
and
my
he's
dog
like,
is like, "You're the best owner ever."
and he's like, okay, I've pet you
Go
now.
away.
Go lay down
Go away.
and like and guard me. And she's like, but I must lick your hand first.
I don't lick his hand. That's weird.
And he's like, but she does. And he's like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. And then I'm like, Rue, go lay down. She's like, fine. I love you. And then she goes and lays down.
This dog is like, she walks up, she's like, "I love you, I love you." She reminds me of
She's
the movie
freaking
Elf, where
Yeah.
he's like, "I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you." That
You
is my
mean
dog.
your whole personality, Carmen?
Yeah. That dog is me reincarnated. Except
Yes.
I am not scared of what are those things called on the floor? Where she's scared of
Oh, vents.
Oh,
The
air
vents.
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 Yeah, the
She's scared of
vents.
air vents. But she has a
She's better.
legitimate reason to be scared of air vents.
She's
She got
better.
her. I'm glad she's better, but she's got her in my apartment complex. She got her.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah, it was me. Actually, it was just her, but I'll take the blame. She got her
Good.
paw stuck in between, and she ripped her. When she got it stuck, she ripped it back, and lots of red substance completely ripped her nail off when she did it.
What's up, Deidre? Yes, sorry. I was didn't mean to be, but I was gone all last week. And I had asked Carmen to cover for me Monday and Tuesday, but then she had stuff come up both days and wasn't able to. So, but nothing bad. We're all good.
We
Hey,
gotta
you're
go
not
back
muted.
to kinky sports. What was the question?
What the fork? What?
What the
What was
sport?
the kinky? I got Cheyenne here. I was gonna ask her a question about sports.
Hi,
What's up?
Shy.
Here, have my headset.
I-
Mike's
What are you doing?
Hello. She handed me the
I know.
headset,
I
so I
don't.
guess I'm taking over.
I have
Hi,
no
Cheyenne.
idea.
Hi.
We were talking about wooden spoons,
Mhm.
and then somebody said, "Oh, wooden spoon, kinky," and then she walked away.
Oh. I mean, I feel like that's self-explanatory. Some people use wooden spoons to hit people with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, they were talking about like childhood trauma, but she
Yeah,
went
that's
in a
basically
different
me.
way.
And then she's like, "Hold on, let me get Cheyenne." It's like, no, I don't need Cheyenne to tell me that it's not kinky for me, but kinky for other people.
Right. So the thing about wonderful Carmen is that anytime you mention something remotely kinky or sexual, she's just going to pull me into the chat. So I was blind coming in here just like you guys were blind to me
Yep.
showing up.
Yep. I mean, I understand. Also, I sometimes look in the background to see if you're going to turn the lights off and turn them back on every time Carmen talks. And I'm like, Cheyenne's going to like flick the switches to let us know if this is a lie or not.
Well, that's not going to happen moving forward because she changed rooms. So now there's like
Oh.
multiple lights. So even if I messed with them, you wouldn't be able to see it. So I think
But
that was by design because she just lies all the time.
Wow. Here you go, Cheyenne.
Oh, God.
This is a great
Well, I mean, most commonly it's going to be the actual spoon part instead of the handle part. But I'm sure there's people out there that would enjoy the handle in some form or fashion. I don't suggest using wood. I feel like better materials can be utilized.
Also, I love how like she answered that as like a professional, but Lesko's just being an asshat about it.
What's up, Heidel?
All right, I'm going to give the reins back to Carmen.
All right,
Let
see you,
me
Cheyenne.
join the chat mode for a second.
Hi, Cheyenne.
Hey, wait, I gotta do this in front of my mom. Just in case one of our handcuff keys get lost, here's 3 more.
Oh, God.
She's not getting out.
Lesko said no lies detected.
Watch
no lies
a Great Dane and a German Shepherd running this.
Oh, a Great Dane and a German Shepherd. That's
Wow.
convenient.
It is.
That's hilarious.
If you want to put his bed in here.
Hi, Heidel.
Yes, I said hi. And then I went to Snipe. I'm only here for the court case.
Oh, you guys want to hear a joke? It's
No.
super bad.
It's super bad.
I just need one person to say yes in the chat. I'll say it.
Whoever. Cute family.
Yes. Hang it, whoever.
So this is a
Whoever.
joke, this is
Oh,
a joke,
Ash,
but
of course.
this is the joke I texted Gabby and my mom earlier, just randomly.
Oh God, no! Don't do it. No.
I'll clean it up.
Yeah, how are we gonna clean that up?
I'll clean it up. So,
Oh God.
do you
Your
I
mom's face.
I think the answer is yes.
when
If she hasn't, Cheyenne has, I think.
Cheyenne, have you ever heard it? Oh, she left. She left me with the dog.
Because she's about done.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm a mute.
you know, this is what I asked him earlier. When a terrorist is feeding their child, instead of being like, open wide for the choo-choo, they're just like, open wide for the
Hilarious. What? Carmen, come on now. You can't be doing that on here.
I don't care. It's on my channel.
Oh,
Oh. Ask it. Do you want me
don't
to
mock my birthday. Hi, Bree.
Just protecting myself.
Right?
Do you want to know another joke?
No.
No.
Oh.
Please put me on the bottom so I don't have to be a witness to any more
I
jokes.
am. I'm making you.
My face can just be covered by the comments like it should be.
Wait, hold on.
No,
Is she asleep?
I don't care.
I never get to play with Bree.
Well, you shouldn't play with Bree anyways. That's weird. And you just got
We keep it in the family, like whoever said. Cute family.
No, you are not. You are not too dumb to figure out the punchline. I took her off the screen so she couldn't say the punchline.
Yeah, it's a bad punchline. It should not
It's a
be said
bad
on live.
joke. It's a bad joke.
It should have just stayed in group chat.
My problem is, I think dark humor is hilarious, and I don't have a filter with dark humor, but YouTube
Well,
does.
to a certain extent. I mean, yes, it's funny to a certain extent, but
Oh, no, it's
I
just
wouldn't
funny.
say it on live.
That's why I said YouTube has a problem with it,
That's why I
Yes,
took
you
you off
do.
this. That's why
and
I
probably people.
that's why I took you off the screen.
Hold up. Yeah, Brie, I'll play tonight because I gotta stay up tonight because I have to sleep all day tomorrow. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
play tonight.
You guys got your date figured out?
Okay, great.
Bree, you want to have a date?
Okay. So
Anybody?
back to the seriousness because we got to get going.
Yeah.
Don't slam your hands down on your desk at me.
I didn't mean to. My watch hit my.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, we are covering this trial out of Florida. It is, I didn't name it, Court TV did. It's called the Mummified Mom Trial, something like that. It is the brother, well, the brother's already pleaded guilty to his part in this, and now the sister is on trial after, if what they said in opening statements is true, after she testified for the state against her brother, and then I can't put you up there, but I see you. because you haven't changed your name.
You gotta change your name.
So everybody's like, who?
I
But
love it.
anyway, they charged her after she testified for the state against her brother. And I do, sir.
Change
So,
change
change your name.
your last name at least.
And so she is on trial for the 2003 unaliving of her mother with the help of her brother, who will testify. We have to get through the witnesses, today's witnesses, and then on Monday we will start the brother's testimony. So,
So I got a question for you.
okay.
In your opinion, take the trial out of it, which I know is obviously a huge part. If you had two siblings, one pleads guilty, would you assume that the other one is guilty? That they do know something, that they really did this?
No.
Why?
Why would I need evidence. I don't assume anything.
It's odd if one's already been like, yep, we unalived our parents.
Yeah, no. I'm with Ash and whoever. No.
No, your guys' answers are right. I'm just asking a question.
What did you do? Because I didn't do that, and it says I did.
Oh, I deleted both of his comments, but I did
Yeah.
it on my laptop.
What's up, Sticky? Exactly. Whoever. And her brother also does things that she surely doesn't know about, and vice versa.
It's just to spark a conversation. You guys are right in your answers. I'm just saying, it was just to see where you guys' minds were.
No, and so far, I mean, we've only seen the sister. But she didn't send me either direction on the defendant. Because I felt like she thinks her sister is guilty and that she wanted to try to get that out there that that's what she thinks. But she really didn't have anything that made me go, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Frank?
Right. Hello. I was actually watching a documentary about Belgium and the diamond heist that happened there. Let's go. I'm so happy you're here. You'll appreciate my joke.
He said don't make fun of his birthday. Oh, thanks, Sticky. No problem. So anyway, what the jury's not going to hear about in this trial is that the dad, you'll hear them talk about the dad disappeared. He didn't disappear. He was found under the garage, apparently on the same property around the same time, but he had been gone for 18 years. They were implicated in his unaliving, but the jury's not going to hear about that. And I have not researched this a lot because I don't know the verdict and I don't want to know. So it's like, I'll look into it when we're done with this. So I don't know that they were ever charged in his disappearance, for lack of a better word. Only the moms. And they found the mom buried in the rock garden. And they say behind the defendant's house, but from my understanding, the mom, the brother, and the defendant all lived in the same house. Or am I misremembering that? I think that's the way that they have laid this out. But then there's Susan, I think is her name, who is the defendant's girlfriend, I believe. I have not quite pieced together if she also lived at that house, but I do believe the three, the siblings and the mom lived in the same house. And the dad was found under that garage. He was Jimmy Hoffa. But they found him. There's always a Susan. Thanks, Susan. Yes, have
Yes,
fun, Sticky. Be careful.
Don't get arrested.
Uber home, whatever.
I'll come get you.
Yeah, she'll
Don't
come
get
get you and then she'll put you in handcuffs.
I'll come
All
get you
for it.
and also take your mugshot.
So the first person we're going to hear from is, and I did listen to this testimony today because it's only 10 minutes, it's like 11 minutes long, and I wanted, if we didn't need to hear it, I wasn't gonna play it. It's a bank employee from SunTrust Bank, not locally, but in Tennessee. And so her testimony is kind of interesting. It's very short. And then we will get into Christopher Bracken Sr. and Jr., which is the husband, well, ex-husband, I think they were estranged at the time. So ex-husband and the son of Cheryl Bracken, which was the first witness that we watched yesterday. So that's all that we've got on tap for tonight. And then, like I said, on Monday, or no, I'm sorry, tomorrow, I'm off. Like, sorry. Tomorrow, we will start Christopher Bracken. Tomorrow, we will start Richard Kananen, or Dick Cannon, whatever you want to call him. We will start part 1 of his testimony. I think I got it all now. Good grief.
What Sharon said. Yes.
Yes. That took a lot. All right, here we go.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Tracy Hughes.
What do you do for a living?
I manage for SunTrust Bank.
And where do you work?
I work in Cookeville, Tennessee.
And as a manager for SunTrust Bank, what type of facility are you working at?
I'm managing a contact center.
What does a contact center do?
We are a facility of approximately 300 to 400 employees, and we answer phone calls on a daily basis, answering client questions and client inquiries relating to their banking.
Back in 2003, what were you doing?
I was a representative on the phone for the online banking department.
What were your duties?
I answered client questions when they would call in relating to their online banking, if they were going to suntrust.com and looking at their accounts online, doing their bill payments, those type of things. Those are the inquiries and the questions that I helped clients with.
Even if a person is making a phone call from Florida about an online banking account, would it be routed to your center?
Yes, ma'am, because we are the only online banking department within SunTrust.
I want to take you to the fall of 2003. Now, are there times that accounts are flagged through SunTrust and security?
Yes.
And how would that be done?
Well, that could be done numerous ways. We have Red Book comment notes that are on the account that notes can be left there. They can be flagged with alerts, any kind of fraud alerts, anything like that would be comments that the bank can place on there or the client can call and have placed on there so that when they do call and our representatives get those calls, that they know something's going on with this account and you need to use extra caution.
Do you have training in how to handle those type of notes?
Sure.
And what are you trained to do?
Well, general training for any representative within SunTrust is, I mean, you know to look for those alerts, to look for the signals. Sometimes you have to go on gut feeling also, and then if you see something that's flagged, clearly you want to read the note and follow the instructions.
In the fall of 2003, did you receive a call in respect to a SunTrust account of Marilyn Kananen?
I did.
And about when did you receive that call?
It was in the morning hours before lunch.
And about when in the fall of 2003?
It was in the month of October or November.
When you got that call, was it a male or a female?
Female.
And who did this person identify themselves to be?
Marilyn Kananen.
When you spoke to Marilyn Kananen, did you pull up her account?
Yes.
And this person provided the account number to you?
Yes.
When you pulled up the account, what did you observe?
Pulled up the account. We are required to verify certain information when a client calls in. So we have to verify their personal information. And once I did that, and while we're doing that, of course, you can toggle through screens, and there was an alert on the account.
What type of alert was there?
The alert said to call Jennifer in the security department.
And that would be Jennifer in the security department down here in Orlando.
Yes.
So what did you do?
Well, I wasn't sure because the note wasn't specific as to what was going on the account. So I knew that if I could get a phone number from the client, that if there was some kind of fraud or something going on, that we could trace the call. So I told the client that I was having system problems. Could I get a number? And then once I got it corrected, I would give her a call back. And she said, sure. So I got a number.
What'd you do then?
I called Jennifer in the security department, explained to her that this is the account I had. I noticed the note on the account to give her a call. And she said, this lady is listed as a missing person. And I said, well, let me conference the client back in with us because she said that she had to run out into town. So let me call her before she leaves home. So that's what we did. We gave the client a call.
You called the person back, the same person answered, same voice.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do?
I told her I had Jennifer on the line with us from our security department, and she would take the call from here. I stayed on the line. Jennifer said, ma'am, do you realize you're listed as a missing person? She said, no. And Jennifer said, well, we're going to need to have you call Detective Hussey at the Orlando Police Department.
Any further involvement?
Not on that call.
Did you receive any other calls on those accounts?
Not from the client, no.
Who else would you have received calls from?
Well, later that day, I had a call from the detectives at the Orlando Police Department.
I have nothing further.
Ms. Fisk?
Ms. Hughes, good morning.
Good morning.
When I get the impression when people call in then to your center, you don't have any type of actual caller ID.
Now we do. At that particular point, we did not.
How about automatic tape recording of phone calls?
We did not at that time. SunTrust does now.
Do you have the ability, or did you have the ability at that time to record phone calls that you wanted to record?
I would say yes, but I don't know a specific answer to that question.
Meaning when you were talking with the client, looked in the computers, the screen that came up with the alert, would you have had the ability to hit a button or do something to record the call from there on?
No.
Do you recall the account number that was given to you?
No.
Do you recall whether you got any information other than a name and an account number before you got to the screen with the alert?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Do you know what other information you got?
Yes, I got a date of birth and a social.
Did you take notes or type up anything related to this interaction?
Do you mean take notes on the account?
Yeah, were there written notes anywhere? Or are you going purely off your memory of what happened?
No, it's memory.
Okay. Did anybody ask you to write out exactly what had happened and what information you'd gotten in the order you'd gotten it in?
Of course, I had to give deposition.
Okay. No, I meant at the time. Did law enforcement ask you to write out what happened?
They called me and I had to give them a statement.
All right. But they never asked you to write down anything?
I don't recall writing down anything.
Do you recall if there was any information as to what type of alert that it was?
I'm sorry, ask that again.
Do you recall any information as to what type of alert it was?
Yeah, it was a note in what we call internally as a red book comment note.
And does that indicate any particular kind of problem?
Sure.
What kind of problem?
Well, when you leave a note on the account, that is a flag, so to speak, or an alert that says, caution, you need to go look at there and read that note before you proceed.
All right. Do you ever have anything to do with problems that take place with customers actually at local branches? Meaning if a teller at a local branch is having an issue with a customer in that directly with them personally, do you ever get involved in helping out those situations? Or are you purely dealing with customers who are calling in from other places?
No, we deal with clients directly. We do have branch tellers that call in, but we have a what we call a branch helpline that the branch employees call a helpline, not us directly.
All right. Would the alert field have come up on the completion of you putting in the account number that was at issue? Would that have come up in the first field that you typed in?
No, in the online, we have a 80% screen is what we call, that's your initial screen. In online banking, we have a separate screen, and that's where the notes, the note was there.
Would you have made any note or been asked to take a look at any movement on the account since the alert had been posted?
Are you asking what the client's question was to me?
No, I'm asking if you would have been involved in looking at the account for any movement in the account during the time the alert had been posted.
You mean, well, the alert was posted already when I
Right.
received the call.
You wouldn't have had anything to do with investigating whether anything had happened in that account while the alert was posted.
I was not involved in any investigating.
Do you have any idea when the alert would have been posted?
Not off the top of my head. It was listed, the date that the alert was posted would have been listed, but I can't recall that date.
All right. Would you have given the number to the other person at SunTrust that you talked to that you had been given, the phone number? I mean, you said you were given a phone number by the client.
Yes.
You gave that number, and then you personally called that number back.
Yes, I did. I made the conference call.
Did you make any note or anything as to what that phone number was?
No, I mean, I did. I mean, I had wrote it down at the time, obviously, so that I could call her back. But I did not put it in the account.
All right. I don't have anything further.
What was the client asking you?
I can't recall the specific question, but I do recall it was related to bill payments because I did have to go into our bill pay system.
When they gave you personal information, what type of personal information was they giving you?
She gave me the account number, a name, and then of course I asked to verify a date of birth and social.
Social security number?
Yes.
I have anything further.
Okay.
All right, maybe you can step down. Thank you. Call your next witness, please.
So that for me was a big thing and nothing because it didn't prove that it wasn't Marilyn or whatever the mom's name was that called. It didn't prove that it wasn't her that called.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched a lot of this.
But we haven't watched a lot of it ourselves. We watched.
I know,
one
but you
witness.
guys have watched more than I have. This attorney, I'm not trying to talk bad about her. She just
Which one?
the one in the gray.
The defense?
Yeah. Seems like she's gonna get raked over the freaking coals. Because
Really?
I mean, yeah. I mean, for her to make the face that she did off
I
a
don't think she
witness,
can help it.
it's a witness asking a question. It'd be different if that's a state asking a question where they kind of trip you up. It's a witness.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
about- that should not. That
I mean,
shouldn't
the
trip you
state-
up that much.
The state head did get to her yesterday, so that's it's just possible. It's
Oh, she's
held
gonna
over
have to
from
step
them.
up her game. I mean, maybe she's got something up her sleeve, but in my personal opinion, she's gonna have to step up her game.
Well, we know it isn't her since she was whacked. They need to prove the date first before this means much. Exactly. And so That's the problem. We don't know that it wasn't her because when was she unalived? They didn't say, like, it could have been anybody. I didn't take it as anything bad. I just thought she was thinking. I don't know. She just has a lot of facial expressions. I don't read much into them at this point, other than yesterday's when she was clearly ticked because the state kept objecting. Like,
What she looked like yesterday.
she was just irritating yesterday.
I'm like, ma'am, put your hands down.
But the state's also been very animated, so be fair.
I am being fair, but that haven't been as animated as she has. And
I mean, she
again,
like all
I
but popped
haven't
up out of her
watched-
seat yesterday.
I haven't watched the entire. As
All right.
in, this is my first time watching any of it, like as a whole.
Oops. I have not known what day it is today. Gabby, I'm glad you didn't look at the date I put on the link I sent you because I put tomorrow's. Oopsies. I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to move on to Christopher Bracken Sr. and Jr., the ex-husband and son of the witness we saw yesterday. So brother-in-law and nephew of the defendant.
I was spinning.
Good for you. She wanted
I'm
good.
asked, why are we spinning?
Oh, I don't know. Yesterday I did that. And I can't help it, Frank. Maybe I'm on your time, Frank. Isn't it already tomorrow there? Well, if she didn't want gum, the jurors did. And we know Suspender Man did. For sure.
Not to be confused with Slenderman.
No.
Two totally different people.
Absolutely. I hope.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Chris Edward Bracken.
Mr. Bracken, are you married?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
ma'am.
right.
And who are you married to?
Cheryl Bracken,
How long have y'all been married?
since 1988.
Are you currently separated?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children together?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you give me the names and ages of the children?
Kaylee is our youngest. She's 9. Caitlin is our another daughter. She's 13. And Christopher is our son. He's 18.
When did you first meet Cheryl Bracken?
The date I'm not sure of, ma'am, but it was at the hospital, which was then Orlando General, which is now Florida Hospital East. I would have to guess it was 85, perhaps, 86. Well, I guess 86, maybe early 87,
And when did y'all get married?
in 88.
During the time that you were first dating Miss Bracken, did you have an occasion to meet any of her family members?
Yes, ma'am.
And who would you have met?
Everyone but the father. The brother, Richard, the sister, Stacey, and mom,
And when you say mom, who are you referring to?
Marilyn.
When you say her sister Stacey, do you see Stacey in the courtroom here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you point her out and describe what she's wearing, please?
She's the young lady sitting in the middle of that desk, and she has a striped blazer on.
Your Honor, at this time, may the record reflect the witnesses identify the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
When you first started dating Cheryl Bracken, was she living out of her parents' home?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever have occasion to visit her parents' home prior to your marriage?
No, ma'am, I don't believe so.
When you would see her mother or her sister, where would you be seeing them?
Usually at our residence or somewhere out of the residence.
Would these be long visits?
Not usually, ma'am.
And in fact, would these visits be cut short?
At times, yes.
And what would happen to cut them short?
They were always on a time schedule. mandated by Mr. Kananen.
Would Marilyn Cannon be concerned about getting home?
Always.
And how would you know that?
The anxiety level, and after a bit of time, I guess once they realized I was going to be a little bit more permanent part of the family, it was explained such that he was calling and, demanding their returns.
What about Stacey Kananen?
She was in the same situation, not always with mom, but when she was, it was the same.
At that time, was Stacey Kananen still living at home with her parents?
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, about how old was Stacey when you first met her?
I'm trying to do the math right now. I would say about 30. No, that's wrong. Mid-20s.
During the time that you first met Cheryl, did you meet Susan Cowan?
No, ma'am.
And who is Susan?
Susan is Stacey's significant other, but she was not in that role at that time, ma'am, when I first met Cheryl.
When you got married to Cheryl, was Susan around then?
No.
And about what time in all these years you were married to Cheryl did Susan Cowan come into the family?
I'd have to say now it's probably 10 or 15 years.
And we talk about Susan Cowan being in the family. Was she included in family gatherings, those type of things?
Yes, ma'am.
As your relationship developed, did Cheryl Bracken share with you things that had occurred in her childhood?
Yes, ma'am.
Ever have any of those discussions with Marilyn, the woman you call mom?
Yes, ma'am.
Ever talk about that with Richard or Stacey?
Yes, ma'am.
To your knowledge, had it been a fairly abusive, chaotic background?
Yes, ma'am.
During your own marriage and raising your children, did those issues become significant to you and things that you needed to deal with?
Yes, ma'am.
You and Cheryl go to counseling
Yes.
several different times.
Yes, ma'am.
And would those issues be sort of a recurrent thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Your wedding. Small wedding, large wedding.
Large wedding.
And were your future brother and sister-in-law part of that wedding?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your future mother-in-law attend?
Absolutely.
Future father-in-law?
No, ma'am.
In fact, was Richard Kananen Sr. ever invited to that wedding?
No, ma'am. I never met him.
Were you aware of a decision to keep it from him?
Yes, ma'am.
And what about other members of Marilyn's family, relatives from out of town? Did they attend the wedding?
I believe so.
Did you know Marilyn Kananen's father?
Oh, yes.
And what was he called?
Pop-up was how we knew him.
And that would have been Lawrence Reagan?
Yes, ma'am.
Did there come a time when he lived with Marilyn?
Yes.
And after your wedding, would you then go to Marilyn Kananen's home?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Before your wedding or after your wedding, did you first go there?
After.
And did there come a time when Pop Lawrence Reagan moved into her house?
Yes.
And this house is located where?
On Alachua Street.
And during the time frame, the years that you knew Marilyn Kananen, was that the same house that she always lived in?
Yes, ma'am.
Did there come a time when Stacey finally moved out of the house?
Yes.
And when would that have been?
I don't even have a good guess exactly of the time frame, ma'am.
As you were raising your children and going into the year 2002, 2003, did there begin to develop issues between your son Christopher and your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
What was going on?
There was some difficulties, some very stressful difficulties.
Mr. Bracknell, I understand these are very private events, but it's important for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to understand.
Judge, could we, I have an objection. Could we approach briefly?
Mhm. All right. Proceed.
Mr. Bracken, did you have an occasion to ever talk to your brother-in-law, Richard, and your sister-in-law, Stacey Kananen, about Christopher and Cheryl?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they specifically have conversations with you about Christopher and Cheryl?
Yes.
Did they ever talk to you about their concerns about what they had heard about what was going on in your house?
No, ma'am.
What would they talk to you about?
Well, normally it was I who sought the information, and it was more about what went on in their house and their childhood, because, ma'am, I was trying to put together a solution for my family.
I want to take, was there ever a time at game night when Richard and Stacey talked to you about Cheryl?
Yes, ma'am. They had said they needed help moving a heavy statue in the garden behind Mom's house. And Stacey, Ricky, and I went to Mom's house. The game night that time was at our Cheryl and my house. And upon entering the backyard by where the garden was, they stopped, and I turned to them, and Ricky had a pocket knife that I normally carried because of my work issues, and told me that he was very animated. He was jumping up and down and quite excited about the fact that my son had picked this knife up when I dropped it and was retaining it for protection.
Did Ricky tell you who he believed Christopher was keeping it as protection from?
His mother,
What was Stacey doing during this conversation?
standing right beside him.
Was Stacey saying anything?
Her only quote, and there is a cuss word, ma'am,
That's
pardon the course,
fine.
but she said, "How fucked up are we?"
At this point, how long had you been in the family?
Oh, quite a while. I mean, we were married for quite a while at that time.
And you knew that there was a fairly abusive home that they all came from,
Yes, ma'am.
physical and sexual.
Yes, ma'am.
You had even sought these details out from them to understand more about Cheryl and Christopher.
To try to aid in the solution process.
Between your son and your wife, we're not talking sexual abuse.
No, ma'am.
What type of things? Was Christopher talking to his uncle and his aunt about this?
I believe so.
Were they telling you things that would have had to come from Christopher, such as the knife?
Not outside of that instant. They hadn't come to me with issues because Christopher was also speaking to me.
What were you going to do about this?
I was determined to avoid the DCF scenario because publicity indicated that was not a healthy path. I wanted, through therapists and such, to resolve it within our family. I didn't want to break the family up.
Did you have another confidant during this? Did you ever talk to Marilyn Kananen?
In the same manner, yes, ma'am.
Seeking out information about their childhood, were you telling her some of the things going on?
I must have, but I believe Christopher was speaking with her as well. I don't know.
Confronted Cheryl? Had you confronted your wife and tried to talk to her about it?
Yes, ma'am.
What type of response were you getting?
Defensive.
All right, Carmen's leaving us.
I am.
Go away.
That's rude.
Whatever. Whatever.
Whatever. Go away. Bye. See ya.
I know what you're doing. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Bree.
Nope, you're wrong. Wrong
That's
person.
not what I'm doing.
She's gonna go
No.
hang out. She's gonna go hang
gonna-
out with Cheyenne because she's got to work.
Oh, well,
through it.
I'm fine with that.
I gotta go see Shane for a little bit because I I work all through the holidays and stuff.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
gonna go try to spend some time with her because I gotta work tomorrow, and then. But for those who don't know, we will be on with dual streaming with Baker on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna do an unboxing of all my gear that we were able to do a fundraiser for, so I will be back then. Let's go. My grip strength is phenomenal.
No.
It is. But with Cheyenne, I don't really get to see her. I'm not going to be able to see her for Thanksgiving, and I'm also not going to be able to see her for Christmas. So I'm trying to make up for that the best I
Well,
can.
let's skedaddle.
So
See you
I will see
later.
you all later. I hope you guys have a very great Thanksgiving. Great rest of the week. Have a very safe week. Do not drink and drive. All that good stuff.
All right, stop telling me what to do. Get out of here.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Peace.
John Gary, hello. No. I believe he's talking about her family. Not. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I did not take it that way. But if I did not listen, if I didn't hear it, somebody tell me, and I will say I was wrong. I don't want to.
I don't remember hearing that.
I think he's talking about her family being awful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But no, I don't. It's weird. Like, this guy does seem really sweet, but we don't know what's going on in the house because they are getting divorced. So something happened. He's probably like, your family is messed up. I don't want any part of it. So see ya. Also, I'm taking Junior with me. But yeah, he makes me sad. He just has a sad look about him.
Yeah, like his
Sad?
eyes are like, yeah, he has sad eyes.
Yeah.
Also, he looks like he just got off the job of like putting on a new roof. Just popped into court. My uncle wears those shirts. That's how I know.
Okay. It's really specific.
Well, just saying.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just didn't hear it right because I just figured they were. I don't know. Because her name was Cheryl. Mom's name was Marilyn, I think. Ew, I would hope she wasn't doing anything. He almost looks as sensitive as you, Frank. Impossible, I tell you. Yes, he does look very sad. It's funny when people like, she said a bad word, Judge. So I'm going to have to say that, okay?
Yeah, he's like, there's a curse word.
Yeah. Judge is like, heard them all.
Right.
You're not going to faze me.
He's like, I just cursed at someone about 5 minutes ago, so you're good.
The court should have jackets for underdressed male witnesses like they have at fancy restaurants. Some of them would have to put on pants because they wear shorts. Now, if they were dress shorts, that'd be a different story. They are never those.
Yeah, but it's like, what are you doing? Going on a boat? No, you're in court.
Yep. People just don't care today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, take your hat off. My what? Your hat. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, take your hat off. All right, back to the sadness.
The things that were going on with Christopher were anything like what they'd gone through as children. Did you go to your church?
Yes, that was my course of action.
Were Stacey and Richard knowledgeable about you going to the church?
I told them the night in Mom's yard, when all this was going on, they posed a course of action.
What course of action did Ricky and Stacey pose to you?
They wanted to remove Cheryl from the home and mandate only supervised visitation.
Okay,
You were the father.
I was wrong. He is talking about Cheryl. Huh. Just goes to show when you're just listening, but you're not listening for that. I wasn't listening for that. So, yep. Good catch, John Gary, because I was wrong. If you haven't ever heard me say those words before, you can clip it. It's fine. He does look like the mayor from Whoville. A little bit. He stubbed that nose up a little bit.
Father of this young man. Is that the choice you wanted to take?
No, ma'am, because they wanted to do it themselves. They didn't want to go through an agency anyway.
And when you say they, was your sister-in-law involved in that conversation to take your wife out of the home?
She was standing right next to Ricky. It was after that proposal, I believe, that she made her comment.
Ricky and Stacey, what type of relationship do they have?
Appeared very close.
During game night and holidays at your house, would they be there together?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you see them talking together often by themselves?
Very often.
Can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how that was?
Well, again, they'd be independently separated, whether it was outside or in another room, talking softly. And when approached, they would stop, turn towards whoever approached them, and talk about something else.
That happened to you on several occasions.
Yes, ma'am.
Once you went through the church, did you and your wife go to parenting classes?
Yes.
Was that something that was known through the family?
You know, I don't know. I know, or I believe that Ricky and Stacey checked with the church to make sure, in fact, I had done what I said I was going to do. Whether or not the pastor shared with them what his recommendations were going to be, I don't know. The parenting classes were held at our church.
Did you continue, though, to see them on occasions through family get-togethers?
Did I continue to see whom?
Stacey and Ricky.
Yes.
So even after the parenting classes, there was still some contact with your brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Sure.
How much contact would Christopher have with his uncle Ricky and Aunt Stacey?
Well, pretty close to that time, they had moved around the corner to Mom, so it was quite a bit. Ricky especially was almost daily with our son.
How close is your son Christopher to his uncle Ricky?
Very close.
And what about his Aunt Stacey?
Called her his best friend.
Were you aware of the fact that a memorial garden was built in Mom's backyard?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
And did your son participate in that?
Yes.
And who was helping build this memorial garden?
A lot of it was done by Christopher and Ricky.
Did your wife become aware of the fact that Stacey and Ricky had talked to you about your son? Cheryl?
That incident in the yard?
Yes.
I don't know, ma'am. I don't believe I told her that.
Were you aware of the fact that Cheryl wrote them a letter?
Yes.
Was she pretty upset?
Yes.
During this time, did you ever become aware of that your brother-in-law and sister-in-law were telling your son a lot of details about their childhood?
Absolutely.
Was your wife upset over that?
We both were.
Type of details that maybe someone at 12 couldn't handle?
Shouldn't have to. Yes, ma'am.
The parenting classes, about when did they occur?
I guess it was early 2002.
How much before when Mom disappeared?
Not very long. This incident in the yard was prior to Mom disappearing, but I don't believe it was in great length.
If mom disappeared in 2003, would it have been the same year?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to take you to September 11th, 2003. Did you become aware that your wife was concerned about where mom was?
Yes, ma'am. As soon as
And how did you first become aware of that?
she'd gotten a call from a coworker of mom's, and Cheryl shared that with me shortly thereafter.
So what did y'all do?
I believe we went there first because we always had a key to mom's house. Cheryl probably, to the best of my recollection, tried calling.
Were you able to get in the first time you went there?
No, ma'am. The keys did not work.
Strike you as unusual?
Very.
In the family, most of the family get-togethers were where?
Most of the time, our house.
Your children, would they spend a lot of time with their grandmother, Marilyn Cannon?
Yes, ma'am.
Go over there, spend the night? Would they do different things with her?
Yes, ma'am.
And in fact, from what you could see, what type of relationship did she have with them?
Very, very good.
Would there be times that Christopher, your son, would be over there just him with his grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
And how would you describe their relationship?
Very close.
When you would talk to Marilyn about what was going on with Christopher, what was her reaction?
Some concern.
Now, after you went over there and couldn't get into the house, September 11th of 2003, did y'all have to go somewhere?
Yes, ma'am. We had an open house for the school.
That would be for Christopher.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a babysitter for your other children?
Yes.
And after the open house, what did you and your wife do?
I believe we called Richard, who was then living with Stacey.
Now, how long had Richard been living with Stacey?
Well, very shortly after they moved in, on Okaloosa. So it wasn't very long that they were at that residence at that time.
The house had been purchased by who on Okaloosa?
Stacey and Susan.
Now, Richard, how much contact have you had with Richard Jr. over the years?
It was on and off, but when he was around quite a bit.
Game night, would Stacey, Susan, and Richard come over
Yes.
along with mom?
Mhm.
That was a weekly occurrence?
If scheduling permitted.
The month or two leading up to mom's disappearance, was game night still going on?
Yes.
Would Richard or Stacey ever discuss specifically with you the abuse during their childhood?
Richard did.
When you got home from the open house, did you go back over to mom's house?
Yes, ma'am.
And how'd that happen?
To the best of my recollection, the discomfort level was such to where I suggested we call the police first.
Now, at this point, you've known Marilyn about 18 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know her manners or her work habits?
Yes.
As far as if she got to travel with her work?
Mhm.
Would she normally let you and your wife know if she was going to be out of town?
Always. We always had a key to her home.
Out of her children, your wife's the only one who had grandchildren for her.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you find it unusual that Marilyn would be going anywhere and not let your family specifically know?
Highly unusual.
In fact, when you went over there, did you suggest something else for your wife to do besides just going over to her mother's house?
We call the police first.
And why'd you want to call the police?
It was a very uncomfortable feeling.
When you got to the house, was anyone else there?
At that time, yes, the officer was parked out on the street and was getting out of his car, and Stacey and Ricky were already in the house.
They had a key.
Yes.
Can you describe the demeanor of your brother-in-law, Ricky, that night?
Very excited, very animated.
What about Stacey?
Not as excited or animated. I'm looking for the proper word. Not as excited.
What was she physically doing when you saw her?
Wandering through the house.
When you went into the house, you had obviously been in this home many times.
Yes, ma'am.
At this point, your mother-in-law was living alone and had been for a period of time.
Yes.
What type of house would you say she kept?
Very neat.
Did you, when you went through the house, notice anything that was missing?
Not right away, ma'am.
Later, did you?
Not necessarily missing.
Out of place?
Yes, ma'am.
And what'd you see?
Well, Richard was presenting paperwork of the financial nature that, in my opinion, Mom would have never left out in the open.
Her financial affairs. Was Marilyn Kananen open about those?
No, ma'am.
Fairly private?
I believe so.
And what type of paperwork are we talking about?
Bank records, things of that nature.
Can you describe the demeanor of your wife?
Very concerned.
And in fact, while you were there, was a police report made?
Yes, ma'am.
And who gave the information to Deputy Patrick?
Cheryl filled it out.
Were y'all there for a long period of time that evening?
It certainly seemed like it, ma'am. Yeah.
Going into the morning hours of the next day?
I don't recall the time of night, but we were there for quite a while.
Were you ever outside with Stacey?
Yes, ma'am.
And was anyone else there?
We stepped, the front door remained open, if I recall, and we went out front for a moment. Don't even know exactly the purpose. Susan and her mother were in a vehicle parked at the curb.
And how was Stacey acting then?
In my words, ma'am, unusual.
Can you describe to us what she did or said that was unusual?
Yes, ma'am. Susan, I believe it was, or her mother, were calling from the car to Stacey. Don't know exactly even what they were saying. Stacey turned to me and said, "That's the most she has talked to me in 30 days. She thinks I'm running around on her."
Stacey out there talking to you about where her mother is?
No, ma'am. I turned and walked back inside at that point.
After you left that day, how much contact did you have with Stacey or Ricky in the following months?
Not nearly as frequent, but it did continue.
Is there a football practice of Christopher's that they went to?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that shortly after Mom's disappearance?
Yes.
And after that football practice, did y'all have occasion on Stacey's birthday to stop by?
Yes.
How much time had passed from the disappearance of Mom to when you stopped by for Stacey's birthday?
You're talking the 11th and the birthday's the 19th, so a little more than a week perhaps.
Did you go there and who all went with you?
Our entire family,
Were y'all in separate cars?
2 separate cars. Yes.
When you got there, what happened?
Richard met me at the door, and he and I never left the front yard.
Never went into the house.
I never did, ma'am, no.
What about Cheryl and your son Christopher?
He went in, or was attempting to do so because he needed to use the restroom.
Was Christopher allowed to get in the house?
Barely, I believe.
And where was Stacey during this time?
Inside the house.
Over the next 3 months, from September 11th leading up to December 22nd, the early morning hours of December 23rd, did you and your wife do things to look for your mother-in-law?
Yes, ma'am.
And what type of things did you do?
Hired a private detective. Cheryl immediately took a leave of absence from work and was constantly talking with Mark Hussey and the different folks from Orange County.
Missing flyers made
Yes, ma'am.
and put out around town? Were Ricky and Stacey calling you about what's going on with mom?
Not that I'm aware of.
Now, during the years that you knew Marilyn Kananen, did she collect Disney collectibles?
Yes, ma'am.
She had a large amount of those.
Yeah, one of her favorite things to do was to go to Disney with her grandkids.
Did she also collect Eagles?
Yes, ma'am.
Had a large collection of those.
Yes.
Did there come a time when you and Cheryl decided you wanted to get back into your mother-in-law's house?
Sure.
And what'd you do?
Went over there.
Did you have a key at that point?
No, I don't believe so.
How'd you get in?
I used a butter knife and went into the sliding glass door in the back of the house. I don't believe Cheryl was with me at that time.
At that point, did you notice things missing from the house?
Yes, ma'am, things were being moved out on a daily basis.
And what do you mean by that?
It ultimately ended up being completely empty. Furniture, everything.
That strike you as unusual?
Absolutely.
So we go forward into November. Was there a birthday party at your home for a family member?
Yes, ma'am.
Were Ricky and Stacey invited?
Yeah.
Were you concerned about them coming?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you do things to protect your family at that party?
Best I could.
Did you ask a friend to be there?
Judge, I would object as to relevance. We may need to approach, I don't really want to.
Did you ask your friend to come over that was armed? Mr. Bracken, were you afraid for your family when your brother-in-law and sister-in-law came over?
Yes, ma'am.
Come time in December, the early morning hours of December 23rd of 2003, that you were informed that Marilyn Kananen had been found.
Yes, ma'am.
Shortly after that, did you hear your brother-in-law was arrested?
Yes, ma'am.
Ever have occasion to visit him in the jail?
Yes.
Ever go there when your son and your wife were visiting him?
Yeah, we took turns. Yeah.
After Richard's arrest, did your family have any contact with Stacey over holidays, family events?
No, ma'am.
And that has continued up into this present day?
Yes, ma'am.
I have no further questions.
Okay, Ms. Dennis?
Fair to say that the dynamic within the Kananen family was different than other family dynamics that you might have encountered in your lifetime,
Yes, ma'am.
and that the history of abuse in that family led to a situation where those siblings and their mother were not as communicative with each other as perhaps other families you had seen.
I would believe that's true.
And over the years that you entered into the family and started raising a family, within that larger family, there was some obvious dysfunction related to that history of violence.
Yes, ma'am.
You would have had an opportunity to have a closer relationship with Richard Kananen, due in part to the fact that you worked together, correct?
Correct.
What type of work is it that you and Richard did?
He owned a moving company, and I helped him on jobs there. And there was a time when he bought a handyman special that I helped remodel for resale.
And over what periods of time would you say you and Richard Kananen spent the most time together while doing these projects?
Right before our wedding and for the next year or so after our wedding.
And did you have more contact with him during those years, say up until 2002 when he kind of came back into the fold?
That was probably the longest period of time that I had that interaction with him. I never worked with him or for him again after that.
Did you, at the time that he moved in with Stacey in the early 2003, did you have occasion to ever socialize with him, just the two of you one-on-one?
Sure.
Would you say you had more of a basis of friendship with him, for example, than you did with Stacey?
That's fair.
And you would spend more time with him one-on-one than you would have had an occasion to spend time with Stacey one-on-one?
Yes, the only one-on-one time with Stacey is when I painted her and Susan's house for sale.
And that would have been the Kissimmee house before they moved to
Yes,
Okaloosa?
ma'am.
Fair to say that you would have had more intimate conversations with Richard about your feelings about what was going on in your home than you would have with Stacey?
Yes.
You were talking about your feeling of discomfort when you arrived at Marilyn's home on September 11th and found the door locked. You were familiar with Marilyn's habit of changing locks frequently after visitors, correct?
One visitor in particular, ma'am.
And that would be Aunt Jerry?
Yes, ma'am.
You were aware that she had had relatives in town that were not Aunt Jerry recent to that, correct?
I believe that's true.
And Richard is the one that gave the explanation as to him being asked by Marilyn to change the locks because of that visit, correct?
I don't recall that it was because of the visit, but that he was the one requested to change locks. Yes, that's my recollection.
I just want to go over a little bit some of the chronology. You talked about the incident where you and Ricky and Stacey were in the backyard after a family dinner that I'm assuming was taking place at Stacey's home?
No, ma'am. The family night was at Shirley's and my home, and they asked for some assistance at Mom's house moving a heavy statue in the garden. So we were in the backyard of Mom's house.
So the three of you went from your home to Marilyn's home?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that walking distance?
No, ma'am.
All right, so the three of you literally drove over to Marilyn's in order to deal with the statue?
Yes.
Now, ultimately, did you move a statue?
No, ma'am.
All right, so your impression then was that the two of them wanted to get you kind of away from everybody else so that you could have this conversation?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ricky was the one who was animated in the conversation, correct?
Correct.
And he was the one doing the talking?
Yes, ma'am.
And he was very upset about your son having this or feeling the need to have stolen a knife from you in order to protect himself at home, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as it turns out, your son actually had taken that knife when you had dropped it, correct?
Correct.
So it turns out that what Ricky was saying had happened had actually happened.
He had the knife in his hand.
He was telling you during this conversation that he would come up with a way to convince Cheryl to move out of the home, correct?
That he had a way of doing so, yes.
And that he knows things that other people don't know, and he would find a way to persuade her to leave the house, correct?
His words were he could break her.
And during that time, Stacey's not saying anything about this, correct?
Not at that point. The only thing she said was that quote, and that was just shortly after.
Right. And it was that conversation, not that there hadn't been problems already at home, but it was that conversation that prompted you to go to Pastor Dan, correct?
I had spoken with them before, but yes, ma'am, that instance was me going specifically about that to the senior pastor of our church.
And that would be Pastor Dan?
There was two, yes, Pastor Dan Barton.
All right. And you're aware that your wife Cheryl believed at the time that it had been Stacey and Ricky who had gone to Pastor Dan and initially got him involved, correct?
Once Pastor Dan and I spoke with Cheryl, I never heard that Cheryl thought it was Stacey and Ricky that initiated that.
And Pastor Dan initiated a conversation between the three of you, you and Cheryl and Pastor Dan, to, I'm going to call it an intervention, but a sit down, we need to talk about this kind of thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was Pastor Dan that recommended the parenting classes.
Yes, ma'am.
And Cheryl, initially at least, was defensive and unhappy about being called out about her parenting.
Absolutely.
And that would have led to a evening at Stacey's where your wife gave her sister and brother a note saying, we're dealing with it, we're in classes, but out for a while. You were aware that she had done that.
I knew she had written some letters.
And so and this would have been approximately August or so of 2003?
Approximately.
And so after that time and up through the time that that Marilyn disappeared, things were already kind of chilled out between you and Cheryl or at least Cheryl and Ricky and Stacey, correct?
The concerns were growing. Yes, ma'am.
And for example, Labor Day, start of September 2003, you all spent that with Marilyn, but Ricky and Stacey were not there,
I'm not sure.
if you recall.
I don't recall.
And to clarify, when you are talking about the issues at your home to Marilyn, it is primarily focused on you wanting to learn more about the history of their family to find a solution, not you repeating to Marilyn things that specifically were happening between Cheryl and Christopher.
That's accurate. Truly, every time I spoke with either Richard or Marilyn, it was more about me trying to find information.
Accurate that you would not have been sharing with Stacey details about what was going on in your home.
We did have that conversation when I was painting her home.
Back in Kissimmee prior to them moving to
Yes, ma'am.
Okaloosa. Had things escalated to their worst at that point, or were things still, when I say escalate, I mean between Cheryl and your son, or did they escalate later after Stacey would have moved to Okaloosa?
I don't believe they escalated any further at that time.
And after the classes started, and would that have been in July of 2003, or?
That's close.
And how many days or weeks did that go on for?
It was a weekly class and it went on for several.
And did that appear to improve things?
Minimally.
So your concept was things were getting better at home as we go into the fall of 2003, but not drastically better?
More about the same.
You would agree that Ricky's conversations with you, or his attitude about what was going on with Christopher, that he was getting more upset as time went on in his conversations with you?
The change I saw, ma'am, was that he was becoming more descriptive to my son as to what happened in his childhood, more detailed.
And he was also becoming more agitated to you, culminating in that discussion over the knife where he was very animated, correct?
That was probably the most he addressed the behaviors between Cheryl and Christopher, but he was becoming more and more agitated when I'd ask him to back off of what he was saying to my son.
All right. Marilyn never said anything in your presence about wanting to take Christopher out of the home or get the authorities involved or calling HRS or anything such as that, correct?
Pearson.
Okay, go ahead.
And in fact, at some point, Cheryl, your wife, wanted to send Christopher to Cherokee School, a behavioral school, correct?
Many years before.
And that was before this had happened.
Yes.
And was it due to Cheryl's perception that the problems that she was having with Christopher were Christopher's fault and not hers?
You'd have to ask Cheryl.
All right. But she wanted to send him away to a school that was specifically designed for behavioral problem children.
Yes, ma'am.
That wasn't something you thought was necessary, correct?
No, ma'am.
And that was something that Marilyn was very adamant that she did not think was necessary. So the night at Marilyn's house when You are there and the police are there. Ricky appears very agitated and upset and is very vocal, correct?
Agitated and upset, very, wouldn't be my words, more excited and trying to be convincing.
Okay. And Stacey was kind of wandering around the house in what appeared to be a daze, correct?
Well, we were all exploring rooms, looking for
Clues.
to something so unusual.
So you would agree that in that situation, Cheryl appeared to be in the best condition to actually write out a statement for the family.
Cheryl would have been my choice, ma'am.
And Ricky is talking and waving the papers around and putting together the story that Dad had obviously come back and he and Mom had taken off.
That was one of the scenarios proposed that night.
And there was also something else about a letter from some authority, Social Security, IRS, that indicated that Marilyn had done something wrong and might be also in trouble.
True.
And law enforcement there seemed to latch on a bit to the fact that Marilyn had a trip coming up. And they seemed to think that it was very plausible that she might have just left early and not thought to tell her children.
Objection, Thursday.
That's her side. It's the standard. Go ahead.
Richard, on that night, said a lot of things about it being back, about the nightmare returning. A lot of things that were very upsetting to Cheryl about the possibility of their father being back in the picture, correct?
It was a concern, but yes, ma'am, it was a concern.
And Richard was talking about the different things around the house as far as the clothes missing and the pictures missing and other things to support the theory that he was spinning, correct?
Well, I guess to support that she had left on her own.
And Richard had somewhat of a history within the family of telling grandiose tales, correct?
Objection, hearsay.
I like that hearsay. Overall, go ahead.
He had a reputation or history in the family of telling grandiose tales, correct?
State with objection, please approach.
Question was, did Richard have, I don't think she has a reputation, did he have a tendency to weave tales?
What I want to show you the report. Cantola versus State, which is a 997 second 626. It's an actual first UGA. 953 7 second 40. Roba versus State, first UGA opinion. In the Cantola one, evidence that a sexual battery victim was committed a prior accusation of molestation against another person was inconsistent. The evidence code permits credibility attacks in the form of evidence that the witness has a poor reputation for truthfulness. It does not authorize proof of the witness's character or truthfulness or untruthfulness by evidence of specific acts. The Robust versus State, the 953 7 second 40 first DCA. Once again, it held evidence child victim had previously falsely accused her brother of physical abuse was not admissible. Both of these cases go to state in there and go to state specifically what impeachment process there is. There are several ways to impeach witnesses. One is introducing statements of the witness which are inconsistent with the witness's present testimony. One is showing the witness is biased.
Dear Lord woman, please go back to the freaking microphone. We can hear the court reporter typing more than we can hear you. So annoying. And I'm assuming they've excused the jury, even though we did not hear him excuse the jury. Put her back
Yeah.
on the microphone. We can't even,
You know-
we couldn't hear her before, but now we can't hear because the click clacking away of the court reporter.
I feel like they have that mic'd. I feel like they always have that mic'd. It's like right next to the court reporter's fingers. Or it might actually be clipped to the actual court reporter's fingers. As she's typing, all you hear is,
I mean, it's insane.
and
of
it's
course,
so loud.
the clucking is crazy. Of course, the dogs are barking because why not? I mean, they were like, "What's that click clacking sound? The horse?" No. I think they ought to include a class in law school on how to use the microphone and technology in general.
And how?
Most lawyers are allergic to microphones and cannot use technology, which
That's
I
right.
tread very lightly around that second part because I can't hear it. Or I can't hear it. I was reading Haley's comment. But so I don't, she's reading I think she's reading either statutes or trials. Like Gabby, what am I looking for?
I don't know. Or she's reading the children's book, Three Little Bears.
We'll never know because we can't hear her.
Or her script for General Hospital.
Well, they need to unalive her and don't bring her back as a twin. When they cite other trials, I guess.
Oh.
What I'm trying to think of. I can't. Man, I
Yeah.
am very sad in myself.
That thing.
I had two blue moons, and you would think I had 22.
Blue moon. It
was
saw you
delicious.
standing alone.
It was delicious.
Yeah, that word.
That word.
The one
That's
that
the word.
Snipe put in. That one.
That's it.
I know what
Alright.
you're talking about, though. I just can't say it either.
Left my mind, left your mind. It's floating out there somewhere.
It's
Don't
there.
know. Don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
well, to project their voices. Geez, whoever. That would be really easy of them to do. So
That's way too easy.
that's way too
They
easy.
can't just do that, for goodness sake.
I mean, they can't even whisper quietly at their tables. We can hear them over that. We can hear whispers over her.
The court reporter's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to hear something? What did you say? I'm sorry. Say that again."
It's like, I have all these like trials and stuff. I just want to tell the judge. I will do my best.
She's like,
Frank.
"Is it lunchtime yet?" Oh, God.
I promise to be better. Yes. Please don't make sensible arguments. Like whoever. That's just silly.
Sensible suggestions. It's
Whatever.
unreasonable.
Good grief.
Unreasonable.
Yesterday I told you I can't read things. They're backwards. Now I just can't read. So tomorrow I will just be here. Just pushing
There
buttons.
will be a body here, but I don't know if I will be.
Just be pushing buttons. Oh, it's
Yeah.
up there.
You've just become the court reporters at this point.
Heaven forbid they learn how to talk and therefore actually breathe more effectively. Oh my gosh, stop making sense.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, wow.
Could use a quieter
Oh.
keyboard too.
She was good, Sharon. She just wanted to go spend some time with Cheyenne because she has to work the rest of the week. All right. Back to this, whatever this is, because we can't hear it. But here we go.
All right.
One showing a defective capacity, ability, or opportunity in the witness to observe, remember, or recount the matters. The other is proof by other witnesses, material facts are not testified to the witness being impeached. Are attacking the character of the witness, according to 90.609. 90.609 commits credibility tax in the form of evidence when the witness has a prior reputation for truthfulness. It does not authorize proof of the witness's character for untruthfulness Our truthfulness by evidence of specific acts, and then it refers to error, which the court has on the bench. Noting a witness who testified regarding a person's good reputation for truthfulness may be cross-examined regarding this person's specific acts and conduct. It also allows for impeachment by prior convictions. Asking a witness any of these prior bad acts that supposedly Mr. Kananen, Richard Kananen has done, are arguing whether or not he told grandiose ideas doesn't fit into the evidence code. And both those cases cite the proposition that it's got to fit in the evidence code. You don't get to just malign the character of a witness. I understand in this case, it's basically a co-defendant of the defendant. I understand that he's alleged to be a co-conspirator, and that will be his testimony. And she certainly has a wealth-based cross-examiner on. It was found in the evidence of bias that she chooses to go into that he pled to manslaughter as well. It doesn't allow her to impeach either Richard when he's on the stand or to see Christopher Bracken about any other misconduct. There are case laws that talk about reverse loading rules. You're never going to use that loading. This is just the line character. There are ways to impeach, and she needs to play the president.
Isn't he going to get up here and malign his own character?
He's going to say he's a murderer.
And that he wrote stories?
And why would I ask those questions, Judge? Because they're not impeachment.
No, you won't ask him, she will.
And I'm saying she can't.
Well, I don't see why that wouldn't go to his credibility if he's writing out fictitious
Your Honor, I
stories.
would ask you to refer to 90.6.
I've read that 100 times.
And that talks about impeaching.
If you gave Judge Simpson that look, he would lay you out right there. Is that you clacking there? It's sticky? Is that what that was?
First of all,
Thank you,
Judge
Sticky.
Simpson would have lowered his glasses, looked down at her, and smiled with his little smile that he does, and then he would have given it to her.
Yeah, her hand on her hip and the look she just gave that judge, it would have been like, counsel, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself, would have been Simpson.
He would have been like, I'm going to hold you in contempt
Yeah. Oh, the
because of your
glasses.
dang attitude.
Yes, and she would deserve it. You don't look at the judge like that.
With the hand on the hip. He's not a teenager.
I know. It is like she's
Yelling
arguing
at
with her mother.
I told you to clean your room.
Oh, a scolding mother right now. I'm not gonna read anything else, Gabby. You can read the chat because I clearly can't. Good
I
grief.
don't know what you think I can do better than you. So
Apparently probably make words that go together and not put,
well,
leave words out, put words in.
you never know.
And this defense attorney hasn't had to say a word. She's just standing over here like,
Yeah, she's the quiet one next to the microphone.
yeah, of course. Just keep talking, Red. Just keep talking. That's what she's.
Oh, good. She's like, she's not gonna say a thing.
She's like, you
Hopefully, she's like, hopefully no one can hear her because she's not next to the mic. So I'll be good. It'll be good.
If she stamps her foot, I'm gonna lose it.
She's gonna. I bet you she will.
I hope she does. Oh my gosh. If you're going to argue with the judge, you need to make legal arguments. Yes, not appeals to authority, especially not your authority in front of the judge.
I was like, I applaud you to see this article. And he's like, I read it 100 times.
It's boring.
I'm over it.
Suspender man should get up and be like, juror number 7's popping her gum again over there. And judge, are you gonna put up with this? Like,
I'm sorry, but the ref in the back there should have thrown a flag.
are you talking about the guy with the headphones on?
Yeah, with the striped shirt, the referee in the back corner there. He should have thrown a flag once he saw her put her hand on her hip. 15-minute penalty
Ma'am,
to your closing arguments.
We've got a flag on the play. Just flag on the field. And whew, goodness gracious. I can't wait till the defense attorney puts what she's thinking in.
Oh, she's thinking something.
Oh, she is thinking lots of things. Probably one word that begins with a B And one word begins with a C.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And there's a little steam coming out of her ears. That's why her hair's so curly, frizzed up from the steam.
He's trying to get the trial suspended. I've been trying to brush my teeth while trying to listen.
While
I
trying
turned on hell. I'm so sorry.
Now Haley has to wash her mirror. She's like, dang it.
Respect my authority, Judge. That's what she said. He's like, no.
Haley
Leaving my chalkline jawline.
Chalkline jockstrap? Is that what you're gonna say? Yeah.
It rhymed.
Chalk,
okay.
chalk. Chalk, chalk. And cue Robin in the chat, because that always happens. That's what I heard that too. Chalk, chalk. Chalk, chalk.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let's see
Please.
what this she looks like a reversed strawberry has to say.
Specifically to character evidence, not specific acts of misconduct. So testimony about not what he wrote, testimony to statements he said to his nephew, who will be the next witness, are clearly, well, not as not, but when he gives you teaching him to steal or whatever, which I feel like she said in her opening statement. But when you say things in an opening statement, you better know what the evidence code you're going to get in. Or you suffer peril at that. Under the evidence code, there's no way to get it in.
I don't know that I agree with you. I don't know that I agree with you.
I would ask that you read those cases.
I will. Go ahead.
Let me use as an example something that we've talked about in this case.
That particular question, I'm not sure what you mean, but go ahead.
Okay. This is not prior crimes that I'm trying to get in. This isn't he staked out his last girlfriend's boyfriend in the middle of the night in the U-Haul with the mask, etc. Frankly, at that point, when we get to that point, you may well not let that in, and for the reasons that she's just stated. But this is totally different. I'm not getting in evidence, frankly, of prior bad acts. What I'm getting in evidence of Richard's growing at around the same period of time that we're talking about, devolving mental health status, his showing increasing obsession with the concept of children who are abused offing their parents, his state of mind when telling his nephew wild stories about him going around and doing vigilante justice, all of which are going to go to his intent and motive of having decided on his own to kill his mother on his own and establishing an elaborate cover-up that he masterminded after the fact. All of this is relevant to that. This isn't about impeachment. It's certainly not about hearsay, and it's all admissible. In this particular case, I think we will be back here again if you restrict my showing the true picture of the credibility of this key star witness for the state. I think all this stuff is all interwoven.
I can't try this case on the worry right now that we're going to be back here again. That isn't the court's concern at this point.
Well, I'm asking you to.
Concern is making proper rulings.
As it should be.
All right. The question you asked him, wasn't Richard prone to fantasizing, is not admissible.
Sure it is. Well, here's my argument that it is. Richard was telling the family stories about traveling the country, doing vigilante justice, taking care of abused children by getting rid of their parents.
Did you lay any predicate for that? Did you lay any predicate whatsoever for that question?
I believe that's what I thought that question was.
Is he prone to fantasizing? You think that's a predicate to itself?
I used grandiose stories. I asked him if he'd heard grandiose stories. I believe he was going to say yes, and I was going to ask him the examples of the grandiose stories.
That isn't the question I last heard. The last question I heard was he prone to fantasizing? Wasn't that the question?
No, that's not, I don't believe so, but I certainly agree that wouldn't be a proper question. I agree with you. I don't think I said that, but I should not have.
You're wrong, Judge. What she said was correct. She never said fantasizing. She said grandiose. Completely different words there, Judge. Don't even sound the same. He needs more KFC. He's running out of battery.
I did.
All right, and then you're going to go on and ask him what?
About the stories that Richard would tell at family gatherings about the vigilante justice and assisting abused children, that he was talking about writing an autobiographical novel about his good deeds in saving children. I actually lost my place here a little bit. That it was after Mom's disappearance that he told this witness that he, about the book, and that he had written a new chapter. That he told him he'd sold his moving company so he could rescue people, and that he'd hired others to assist him. That he was working with law enforcement in the case of the disappearance of his mother, that he had posed as different people in his efforts to assist children, that he, I believe that's it.
Looking at Roebuck at 953 Southern 2nd 40, Roebuck versus State provided to the State Attorney's Office. It says that the general rule is that you cannot use specific acts of misconduct.
Right.
It says, although the second district has recognized an exception where a witness has previously falsely reported an incident to authorities. They talked about the Jaggers case. And in Jaggers, it says, State's argument at trial in support of its objection to the cross-examination testimony, it appears that the state concedes the witness did make such a charge against her father and then admitted to its falsity. The trial court sustained the state's objection, refused to allow the attempted impeachment of that critical witness by the proffered testimony. That restriction on cross-examination was erroneous and highly prejudicial. The state succeeded to persuade the trial court to restrict cross-examination on the basis of a very broad general principle of law. The credibility of witness may not be impeached by proof the witness has committed specific acts of misconduct. However, for every broad general principle of law, there seems to be an exception applicable to the particular circumstance. And section 9405(2) allows proof of specific incidents of conduct where the evidence is often to prove a particular character trait of a character. In this case, the trait of character was the witness may be inclined to lie about sexual incidents. Thank you for these cases, State. I'm going to allow it. That's it. I have ruled. Now, let's bring the jury back in.
Well,
but
then.
you have to lay a foundation for knowledge.
All right.
Wow.
Not such a talky jock anymore, is he?
No, he was like, don't argue with me anymore. Like, thanks for these cases. You proved her point.
Yeah. Look at her
Worked
face.
out. She's like, thanks, Judge. Oh, you won.
Also, where are her eyebrows? She went way too strawberry.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're missing.
She
They left the building. They walked right off her face.
Are they buried in the rock garden? I don't know. Her face reminds me of my nephew's ex-wife, and it's weird. He is hangry. He needs the KFC. He has ruled. All right. Well, the son, his testimony must not be very long, so we'll see what happens. Maybe they don't. They're like, hey, how are you? Okay. Maybe. She hadn't given up on the 90s yet. It was only 2010. There was still time.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Bracken, prior to Marilyn's disappearance, you had had occasion to spend social time with the family, including Richard Kananen Jr., correct?
Correct.
And there were occasions during these social times that Richard Kananen would tell stories about performing vigilante justice in other areas, correct?
On one occasion, ma'am, when Richard was first approaching the family about coming back and being involved.
And he explained to you that he had been away in part from the family because he was traveling, assisting children who were abused, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that he had physically intervened in various families to protect children from abusive parents.
Objection, hearsay.
I don't know if he has any knowledge of that or not.
It's not being offered for the truth, and I just asked him if he had knowledge of that.
Of what you just asked him?
Yes. And you heard him tell stories about traveling the country, helping children who are the victims of abusive parents, correct?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Correct?
I heard the stories.
And he told you about the fact that he was writing a book about his life, correct?
I was aware of the book, yes.
And you even he showed you parts of it, correct?
He didn't show me. I saw it after the case and it was logged in. I saw a few pages, yes.
He made reference to that book that he was writing after Marilyn's disappearance, correct?
Yes.
And indicated that he was writing a new chapter of that book, correct?
I want to quote him correctly. I believe he said, "We are in the process of writing a new chapter."
Was it inaccurate? He always talked about this book that he was writing.
He was writing the book.
Nobody else ever talked to you about having any part in writing that book, correct?
Correct.
And he indicated to you that he had sold his moving company so that he could have more time to help rescue people, correct? Or he said that in your presence?
Objection, hearsay.
What's the question? He said it to him or he said it in his presence?
And he said in your presence that he had sold his moving company so that he could help rescue anybody and everybody. Correct?
Correct.
And that he was hired by cartels to plan the perfect crimes and was paid well to do so when they were successful, correct?
Objection, hearsay, relevance.
Not offered for the truth.
What's it offered for?
Offered to show the mental health, state, intent, motive, and devolving mental health of the witness that's in this case.
Or what predicate has been laid for that?
I don't know. I don't know that he heard that statement. He didn't ask you that.
I did, that's how I'll rephrase. And in your presence, he told you about how the vigilante justice was funded, correct?
Correct.
And he told you he was hired by cartels to plan the perfect crimes and was paid well to do so when they were successful, correct?
Objection, hearsay, relevance.
Overruled.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You talked about doing service for law enforcement, correct?
Not really service for law enforcement, ma'am. It was one of the individual cases involved somebody in law enforcement.
The visit that you took to the house, to Stacey's house for her birthday, during the time that the family was there, I believe you've testified that you and Richard were outside in the front yard for the entirety of it?
I believe so, yes.
And the family was there for a total of approximately an hour?
Approximately.
And during that time, then, your 3 children and your wife would have been inside the home?
I'm trying to recall if the girls were even present, ma'am, as far as my daughters. I know my son was because he and I were traveling together from football practice, but I don't have that recollection.
You had been in that home with your children on multiple prior occasions, correct?
Correct.
Accurate that the kids would often entertain themselves in the family room of that home?
Throughout the house, they were very comfortable.
And was the family room one of the areas where they would entertain themselves? watch TV, whatever.
Sure.
And that there was a dining room table that the adults would sit out and talk frequently.
On occasion. Yes, ma'am.
And you would agree that the family room of that home has a sliding glass door that leads directly into a porch and then out into the pool area.
Yes, ma'am.
At some point, were you present when Ricky talked about the IRS coming down and the threat of them taking Marilyn's home?
Only at that night when Mom first was reported missing.
So after that time, I believe there was some discussions about this at one of your son's games that Ricky was at and was talking more about that. Were you involved in those conversations with Cheryl?
It could have been. I meant that was when it initiated.
All right. So you were present when he talked about being concerned that the IRS was going to come and take the home.
True.
Were you present any time when Ricky talked about being concerned that the IRS would take items in the home, so he was going to remove them in order to protect them?
Well, that was his explanation when we asked why the house was being.
It's not offered for the truth.
What's it offered for?
To show that Richard lied about why it was he took the things out of the home.
I'll just stay there.
Ooh, she just roll her eyes at the judge. So she knows objection, hearsay, relevance. Oh no, what's happening? Don't do that. And then the defense attorney knows it's not offered for the truth. And that's all she knows. Sorry, something. I don't know where that came from. Go away. There we go. They are like 3-year-old lawyers. I know you are, but what am I? Not offered for the truth. That's what you are. You're not relevant.
Richard was confronted with why the stuff was not in the house, correct?
Yes.
And he gave the explanation for why the things were not in the house.
Yes.
And he indicated that he had taken the things out of the house.
Objection, hearsay, asked and already ruled on.
You went to visit Richard in the jail after his arrest, correct?
More than once, yes, ma'am.
And he told you that his mother had been more involved in the abuse of his childhood.
He started to tell me that on my very last visit wasn't information I wanted to hear, and I did not go back.
I don't have anything else.
Stay.
I have no questions.
No further questions? You can step down, sir.
Thank you.
All right, call your next witness, please.
This is David Call, recall Chris Bracken.
Oh, Judge, I'm sorry. May we approach you?
Yes.
Mr. Bracken, have you ever had occasion to work in the mental health field?
Yes, ma'am.
And what experience have you had?
Many years from the crisis center to a private facility for individuals with mental illness.
What type of educational background have you had in that?
Mostly in services throughout the industry, not formal education from a specific college.
What type of things would you do at the crisis center?
Excuse me?
What type of things were you doing at the crisis center?
Mostly counseling and orderly type functions.
To relevance given the ruling in French.
What were you?
Mostly counseling and orderly type functions at the crisis center.
And besides the crisis center, where else did you work?
The facility was owned and operated by La Amistad Foundation. It was named Lakewood Center in Fern Park, Florida.
And what type of things did you do there?
I started there as a counselor and worked my way up to the facility administrator.
During the time frame that we're talking of, during the summer of 2003, going into the fall of 2003, before and after your mother-in-law's disappearance, would you have had occasions to observe your brother-in-law, Richard?
Absolutely.
And did you ever see any signs that he was experiencing any type of hallucinations?
No, ma'am.
Did he seem oriented to time and place from when you talked to him?
Yes, ma'am.
Ever show any signs of delusions?
No, ma'am.
Nothing further.
Any questions? You can step down. Thank you. Call your next witness, please.
Okay, call Christopher Bracken. Bracken.
The other Christopher Bracken, because that is also Christopher Bracken. It's the junior.
Christopher Bracken.
Nice. Judge would be like, touche, me too. And squared, your table's ready.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth so help you God? Thank you.
Can you proceed?
Can you tell us your name, please?
Christopher Lee Bracken.
Mr. Bracken, how old are you?
18.
Are you working?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm a martial arts instructor.
Who are your parents?
I'm a martial arts instructor.
Okay,
You're a martial arts instructor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got to speak slower and distinctly so these people can understand you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
there's a microphone in front of you. You may want to be a little bit closer, and you got to slow down. Who are your parents?
Cheryl and Chris Bracken.
Do you have any sisters or brothers?
I have 2 sisters,
And who are they?
Caitlin and Kaylee Bracken.
Did you know your mother's parents?
I knew her mother.
And how close were you with your grandmother?
Very close.
How much time would you spend with her?
A lot of time.
Spend times over at her house, just the two of you?
Yes.
Did you know your mother's brother and sister?
Yes.
And how close were you with them?
Very close.
And when we're talking about her brother and sister, who?
Stacey and Ricky.
Would you spend time with Stacey?
Yes.
And what type of things would the two of you do together?
Go to Disney, play basketball.
And would you spend time with Ricky?
Yes.
What type of things would you do together?
Really just talk, hang out.
How often in the summer of 2003, going into the fall of 2003, would you see your Uncle Ricky?
Before?
Before your grandmother was reported missing, how often would you see Uncle Ricky?
Pretty often.
Once a week, twice a week, how much?
From what I remember, twice a week probably.
Was your mom working during that summer?
Yes.
Would Uncle Ricky come and get you while your mom was working?
Do you mean like from my house? Or?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys spend time together?
Yes.
Now, did you know your great-grandfather, your grandmother's dad?
Yes.
Did there come a time when a memorial garden was being built for him?
Yes.
And where was that memorial garden going to be built?
In the back of my grandmother's house.
Who worked on building that garden?
Me, my Uncle Ricky, and my Aunt Stacy.
And while you were building that garden, would the three of you talk?
Yes.
Now, leading up to the time that your grandmother was reported missing, how was your relationship with your mother?
Okay.
Were there some problems that you had with your mom?
Yes.
Had you ever talked to Uncle Ricky and Aunt Stacy about that?
Yes.
What would they say to you when you talked about your mother?
They would just talk about their father.
Had you heard those stories before?
Yes.
Were they concerned for you?
Yes.
Did you ever tell them about a knife you had?
Yes.
And Christopher, what'd you tell them?
I believe I told my Uncle Ricky that I had a knife to protect myself.
Where would these discussions take place?
Working on the garden or when he would pick me up.
And was Aunt Stacy there when you talked about the knife?
I believe so.
When Uncle Ricky and Aunt Stacy were together, did they ever say anything to you about your mom living with you?
Do you mean, did we talk about that?
Right.
Yes.
And what would Aunt Stacy say?
I don't remember her exact words.
Did they talk about your mom moving out of the house?
Yes.
And did that include Aunt Stacy saying that?
Yes, I believe so.
I want to take you up to September 11th of 2003. Did you hear about your grandmother being missing?
Yes.
And how did you first hear about that?
My mother told me.
Now, after your grandmother was reported missing, did you have a time to go over to Aunt Stacy's?
Yes.
And were you going there with your parents?
Yes.
Was it Aunt Stacy's birthday?
I do not remember.
Did you go in the house?
Yes.
And did you need to use something in the house?
Yes. I need to use the bathroom.
Were you allowed to get into the bathroom?
No.
Who prevented you from going in the bathroom?
My Aunt Stacy.
Had you used that bathroom before?
Yes.
And where was that bathroom in the house?
It was right next to the dining room.
Did Aunt Stacy have dogs?
I believe so, yes.
Would you ever play with them?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
What did Aunt Stacy say about you trying to use the bathroom?
I just remember her directing me to the other bathroom, saying that I couldn't use that one.
Did she tell you why?
I don't remember.
How often would you talk to Uncle Ricky and Aunt Stacy about problems with your mother?
A lot.
How would Stacy react when you were telling her these things?
They would get upset.
They, both of them?
Yes.
And when you say Stacy would get upset, what was she doing that you knew she was upset?
More voicing concern. Telling me.
Did there come a time when the church got involved with the family?
Yeah.
After the church got involved, would you still see Uncle Ricky and Aunt Stacy?
Yes.
In fact, did you have game nights at your parents' home?
Yes.
Can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what were game nights?
Game nights, basically, family would come over and we would have fun. We'd eat dinner and play board games.
And your Uncle Ricky and Aunt Stacy would come over?
Yes.
Around the time that your grandmother was reported missing, were you still having contact with your Uncle Ricky and your Aunt Stacy?
Yes.
Ever a time that you were told by your mother you couldn't talk to them?
After.
After. What about before?
I don't believe before. No.
Did there come a time when you heard that your grandmother's remains had been found?
Yes.
And were you advised that your Uncle Ricky had been arrested?
I think I actually saw that on the news, but yes.
After he was arrested, did you ever go visit him in the jail?
Yes.
And how many times did you do that?
Quite a few. 3, 4.
Prior to his trial being set, did you go see your Uncle Ricky?
Yes.
And then did you come here the day he entered the plea?
Yes.
Since your uncle's arrest, have you had any contact with Aunt Stacy?
No.
And in fact, prior to that, was there a time when you stopped having any contact with her?
Prior to what?
Even prior to your grandmother being found?
I don't think there was a time.
I have nothing further.
Okay. Ms. Tennis?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Bracken.
How you doing?
In April of 2003, you would have been turning from 11 years of age to 12?
I believe so.
Okay. You're born, I'm sorry, April
8th,
of what year?
91.
91. Is it fair to say that a lot of your memories regarding your communications with different family members back in the year 2003 at the age of 11 going into 12 are not completely fresh to you?
Yes.
You mentioned before that your grandmother liked Disney. Susan and Stacey were also big fans of Disney, right?
Yes.
And the three of them would go to Disney very frequently.
Yes.
And you would go pretty frequently with Stacey and your grandmother to Disney, right?
Yes.
Everybody always had the passes, the year-long passes.
Yes, we went a lot.
And your grandmother collected a lot of Disney stuff and had it in her house, right?
Yes.
And Susan and Stacey collected a lot of Disney stuff and had that in their house, right?
Yes.
You shared things that were going on at home with your aunt and uncle in a way that you did not share them with your grandmother, correct?
Yes.
So you wouldn't get into deep or heavy conversations with your grandmother about how things were between you and your mom, right?
Right.
Mostly you talked about problems that you were having with your mom, with your dad, and with your uncle, right?
Right.
And you and your Uncle Ricky had a relationship and saw each other that had nothing to do with Stacey, right?
What do you mean by that?
Meaning that you had a separate relationship with your uncle. You spent time with him alone.
Yes.
And he would come get you from your house and you guys would go off and spend time together alone, correct?
Yeah.
And the two of you would share things with each other that you didn't share necessarily with anybody else.
Yes.
And he would share things with you that he told you he hadn't shared with other people.
Yes.
So you and your Uncle Ricky had a special bond.
I believe so.
So in talking about things that were going on at home, while your Aunt Stacey may have been there on a couple of occasions, that would typically be conversations you were having with your uncle, right?
I believe so.
And during the conversations you had with your Uncle Ricky, he would share with you things about his childhood, right?
Yes.
And he would talk to you about how he'd been abused by his father.
Yes.
And these conversations that are taking place with your Uncle Ricky, they're happening, would you call it early, the first half of the year of 2003, right after you turned 12, or is that about right time frame wise?
Yes.
And during these conversations, he would give you details about what had happened in his childhood, right?
Yes.
And on at least one occasion, he would act out for you how violent and angry his father had gotten at him. One time using a ladder and throwing it around. Is that right?
Yes, one time.
And he told you at one time that his father had sodomized him or raped him.
Yes.
And you and Ricky had kind of a pact between you that you would tell each other secrets like that. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he would talk to you about how he had been mad that his mom had not protected him more when he was a kid.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Could we approach about that one? When you would tell him that his mother loved him, he would tell you to quit talking like that.
I don't know if you used those words, but he didn't like that.
You were familiar with the fact that your Uncle Ricky had a computer at Stacey's house?
Yes.
And Susan had a computer also, and she and Stacey's room at that house, correct?
Yes.
Accurate that if anybody in that household was going to help you on the computer, it would be either Susan or Ricky?
Objection, outside the scope of direct.
I'm going to overrule the objection.
If anybody in that household was going to help you with computers, it would be Susan or Ricky, correct?
I think Susan helped me most of the time.
That would not have been, you would not have gone to your Aunt Stacy for help on the computer, right?
No.
I don't have anything else, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Did you have discussions out in building this memorial garden with Aunt Stacy and Uncle Ricky, both about your mom?
Yes.
And what type of things were you telling them?
What my mother would say or do.
Mr. Bracken, could you please tell the jury what you would tell them?
I would tell them things like names that my mother would call me, things that she would say, or like when she would, the way she would look at me, how it would make me feel, how they would compare it to their father, and I guess.
And when you say they compare it to their father, that included Aunt Stacy.
Yes.
And Aunt Stacy was upset also.
Yeah.
I have nothing further.
All right, you're going to need to step down. You need to wait outside if you're.
I don't know that last part helped them, helped her, helped the state. Because
Yeah, I don't know.
if I'm listening to this kid say how much he's talking to Stacey and her brother, who has already pleaded, who's already been in a mental facility, about their mom and whatever it was that she was doing to him, does that not give her the mom a little bit of cause to be like, yep, Stacey did it.
Yeah.
Stacey was involved. Take my word for it.
Yeah.
And not just.
Also, I was just trying to figure out what kind of fertilizer they used on that kid's hair.
I don't know.
Never mind the soil under the rock garden. What would they use to fertilize that kid's head?
Also, Uncle Rico was awesome. Got on my nerves sometimes, but he was awesome. But yeah, that's all I was thinking. Well, not all I was thinking, but the more he started talking about how much he was telling his aunt and uncle about whatever it was his mom was doing, would piss her off.
Mm-hmm.
And that family, like Snipe said, is screwed up. So
yeah, they're all screwed up. Also, Snape's comment at the bottom. Yeah, can't wait to hear from him.
This is all coming down to how believable Dick is. Well, isn't that what everything comes down to?
It's all coming down to Dick Cannon. Caleb shaking his head yes.
Stacey's mom was most likely the end goal. To unalive her? You think? I just think I'm kind of just leaning towards. I think Richard did. So far, Richard seems to be. I think he probably took the dad out. I don't think Stacey was involved. I don't know that she would have been involved in that one. Richard would have, if what they said was true about if what Richard said is true about what his dad supposedly did to him, Richard had a ton of motive to take his dad out.
Right.
I don't know about the mom. Ew. Not ew. Let's go. No.
I mean, that wraps it up for Lesko,
I think it goes back to the question Carmen asked about whether Stacey knew since her brother confessed. If they were all three hanging out together, the same question could be asked about if he knew.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, so have they said anything about the mom yet? Like, towards, like, abuse, I guess?
I don't think she was involved. I don't think they have said if she was involved in any or that she was not involved in any abuse towards the kids.
Mm. Well, bad dads I mean, that's a given.
Probably, yes. And we all know how. Gabby
Yeah.
told us with little penis confettis. Ew, it's a different kind of plowing. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Well, that's true. Her children might have been angry if they felt like she allowed it. But that's
Yeah.
a really long time to hold a grudge. Dad's gone 18 years, disappeared. I am not clear on if they were living because, like, one time they said that Stacey and Susan bought the house around the corner, but then they talk about kind of as that was all their house. So it's very confusing.
Frank.
I can't. What'd he say?
Never trust a dick.
I don't have it.
Well, I do feel like, though, that happens a lot. I mean, if Dick told him how bad it was, if all that's true about what his dad did to him, who knows? I mean, you could hold a grudge as long as you want, really,
That's true.
And if he never went through therapy about what he went through and everything, I mean, you hold it in,
And if he had mental health issues,
Yeah.
that could compound everything. No. That doesn't sound fun.
No. No.
No. They are as likely to poke you in the back as in the eye.
That's true. It's very true. Wear goggles. Safety first.
Oh. Unless the mom was saying it was never that bad. I think she said the daughter lied about the dad abusing them. Maybe. Hold what? And he thinks he can get pregnant? I don't know. Good night, Chloe.
Chloe's like, and good night.
And Finn.
Yeah.
Or who told us, Haley? And sluts.
Yeah. And sluts.
Not calling you that, Chloe.
No. It's just another word for end.
It's an AC/DC song in your defense. All right, defensive. That's accepted.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. All right, so tomorrow we will start with old Richard. Part 1.
Wow, really? Already tomorrow?
Yep.
Nice.
I originally earlier said next on Monday, but no, it's only Tuesday today. I don't know what day it is. It's Tuesday. My hair is driving me crazy. So yes, tomorrow we will do part 1 of the brother's testimony. And then we will do part 2 and 3 on Monday, and that'll finish up his testimony. So I don't know. I feel like they have a long way to go so far. Because for me, the bank thing really didn't that testimony didn't do anything for me here, like to sway me either way. Now I'm really thinking, like, did the sister who testified have motive to testify the way she testified?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. Be very curious to see what the brother has to say. But
Very
that will be
curious
tomorrow.
indeed.
That will be tomorrow.
I wonder
6
if he looks
p.m.
just like his sister.
I don't know, but it was cute the way she
Same
kind
haircut.
of. I don't know.
You want to put bets on it? Same haircut
No,
and everything?
no.
All right, everyone meet me in Discord. We'll put bets on it.
Yeah, you guys can go do that over there. It was kind of nice. I mean, I don't know if she did this or didn't do it, but she clearly loved her nephew because she just
Yeah.
smiled when he got up there. I don't really.
He's 6'5", 350.
Holy crap.
That's Snipe's bet.
I didn't really see her look at her sister that way.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she doesn't look at her brother that way either.
Probably not.
I bet you. She probably doesn't look at him at all.
They said he was 6'5", 350. Holy crap.
Oh, I thought
Huge.
that was your bet on what he looked like.
Dang, is he related to the last defendant that we in the last case from Alaska?
That's his second uncle. That guy. They're all
Frank.
related to Bigfoot though, because they're huge.
Frank, I will do my best to get it together by 6 p.m. tomorrow night. I promise nothing, but
That's what I always say.
I will
You gotta
do my
promise
best.
nothing
I
because
promise nothing.
yeah.
Must set that expectation very low. What I'm really
That
going to do.
Chalk jock expectation real low. Below the chalk line.
I need to go to bed. Is what I need to do.
Yeah.
My goodness. I've only been. This is only water in here in case anybody is questioning it, which I wouldn't blame you if you were. But
AJ had 2 blue moons. She can barely even talk or form a sentence. 2 blue moons, ladies and gentlemen.
Sad. It's a sad day. Sad day. Oh yes. I watched part of that. I haven't watched it all yet. I might stream it. It just depends on how long it is and if I can stomach that cow. Because I really just ugh.
Had a horrible cow.
I can't stand her. Can't stand her. But as of right now, I'm gonna put a pin in this one. I'm gonna go to bed. And
all right.
You guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you all so much for joining me. Gabby, thanks for hanging out with me again.
You're welcome.
Carmen left us. It's fine. Whatever.
So rude.
Rude. I'd say I won't answer her phone call tomorrow, but she won't be calling.
No. She will not.
Yes, a little
We should
cow.
call her.
I will not because I'm not that. I won't.
I'm gonna call her. I'd be like, hold on, and then patch Caleb in.
Oh my gosh. That's what Carmen does to Gabby.
She doesn't even say anything. The phone just rings and I'm like, hello. And then all of a sudden, nothing. And then I look at my phone and it says on hold. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in a conference call in 2 seconds.
And then today she did that. And just like Gabby and I were just talking to each other. I'm like,
yeah, I was like, Carmen, are you there? She like put her phone down and walked away.
Gabby's like, hang on, Caleb's calling. And I was like, Carmen, what are you doing? She's like, I was putting something together. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, why do you do this to me, Carmen? Why do you do this to me?
I don't know. She's hilarious.
I can, Sticky. I don't think he cared. But I can. I don't care. He's got so many people over there. Give me a sec. Give me a second to figure out what I'm doing. Because I never know. I mean, you might be on your choose your own adventure, even if I set it up, because
It might not even go through. AJ's just gonna redirect us into the atmosphere. We'll just be floating up there like, what the heck is happening? I thought we were going to tug.
Oh, I can't even get it in there. What that is. What
Like,
she
how did I get to
said.
this flat Earth video? What is happening? Just a video of like Carmen hanging out with
Okay.
Cheyenne.
There it is.
Yeah, Schroeder. Can't even say it. Redirect.
Redirect. All right. Hang on to your I don't know. Hang on to whatever you want to hang on to. And you can redirect
Hang on.
it. Say hi to Sticky when you get there. Sticky is a mod over at the Umbrella Guy. That's Tug, if you don't know. So if you can at least pop in and say hello, I would appreciate it. Other than that, I'll see you guys at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and we will continue on with whatever is happening, because I don't know. Maybe people will yell at each other again. And with that, I'm out. Say goodbye, Gabby.
Bye.
Hot mannequin in love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go.